But like you've done some pretty amazing things to date. Like all in all, in your short time so far on this earth, you've your Gaelic career, rugby career, solo career, in a band. You're an author, presenter. You're part business owner. Sure. What has been a few of your proudest moments to date, or just looking back on it now?
I think it's one of the biggest issues people have in life in general is not allowing themselves to enjoy the big moments. Yet they put themselves through so much to get there.
But
and then when they happen, they don't have the capacity to actually go, well done,
and be there
have
for
that
that
compassion
moment
for themselves, and go, you really sacrificed. You went through a lot. And I used to never do that, and I've only recently started. I always say there's a fundamental difference between having an ego and having compassion for yourself. And setting yourself a standard. Some people might go, well, maybe setting too many standards or goals. That's not the problem. The problem is setting those goals but not being proud of yourself when you achieve them. And being so caught up with getting somewhere. When you achieve that goal, you go, well, I have to go again, and I have to go again, and I have to go again. That's the treadmill you don't want to get on, because that's a cul-de-sac to not being happy. So my biggest achievement is, I think, figuring out the power of self-compassion and how important it is to drive everything you want to do. And especially in sport. Athletes are immersely hard on themselves. So hard on themselves. Sometimes they get their day in the sun, sometimes they don't, and it can be a tough gig to be an athlete. The one thing I will say is the biggest power you will have is, number one, is having that compassion for yourself, but number two, understanding that leadership is showing you can be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a very powerful thing, and understanding that if you're a human being, you're vulnerable. You will suffer, you will struggle. We all do. It's just part of being a person. It's not something's wrong or something's fundamentally, it's normal. And I think that's my biggest achievement, is is how I've figured out when I do even small things. To be able to go, that was pretty good. And at the end of any day, to be able to say it. But if I'm being perfectly honest, the big stuff means very little to me anymore. It's the smaller things that are really hitting home, and that's the essence of mindfulness and why I'm studying it and understanding. My biggest achievement today was going back to do that master's, because I dreaded college. I dreaded being there, and also go back to something that is quite exposing to your own emotional well-being. So to be able to do it, to even set foot in the door, was a very proud moment.
When will you be finished with that?
It's 2 years, so I'm just coming to the end of the first year.
Okay.
So my hope with it is that I can figure out how to better communicate this to young people.
Yes.
It is at the moment, it's brilliant. It's a phenomenal thing for many people, but it's a bit hard to really define it and zone it in and make it digestible to people, especially young people whose lives maybe move a little quicker than mine would. And I want to figure out how best, and I want to do it with the young people, empower them to kind of go, what's the best way to do it, because at the end of the day this world is moving too fast for everybody, and we got to figure out how to slow it down every now and again.
I mean, you've done hundreds of interviews before. Is there one thing that we don't know about now? Could be anything.
I think some people know about it, but generally nobody knows that I'm obsessed with Murder, She Wrote. And ABBA.
I can see ABBA.
My first concert was E17. And that's really all you need to know.
Murder, She Wrote. Brilliant.
Weird obsession. Not a weird obsession, but weird with the show and the narrative. That's
not no. What's her name?
Jessica.
Yeah.
Be careful now.
Okay, sorry,
I don't know why. I don't need to know why. It's part of my psychology I'm not going at.
Fair.
I'm just going to leave it up there.
Leave it there.
Yeah. Just to
and ABBA.
Ferment. ABBA. My mum always said never trust anyone who doesn't like ABBA.
Yeah. Do you like Mamma Mia, or is it just ABBA?
No, the film is awful. That was a mockery of ABBA.
I like the film.
ABBA are the best pop writers. From pop writing, they're up there with the best of them. The Beatles.
With E17?
No, please. You heard their tunes.
Okay. Well, no, that's all for me. So thanks a million.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Brilliant. Woohoo.